This presentation is going to show you how to use Note. Note is found on your desktop and it is green in color and says Note on it. If you double click to open this, it will open on your desktop or on your panel automatically in what's called presentation mode. This means that you will not see the option to close out, restore, or minimize in the upper right-hand corner. But with this program, you can simply hit the Escape button on your keyboard if you're choosing to work from your desktop, and you will, in fact, be able to see now those options available. So the first thing I want to talk about with this program is the Annotation Toolbar, and that's found right here in the bottom center of your screen. The first icon is the Select icon. By having this engaged, you will be able to take and move your mouse around or manipulate any objects that are on your screen. The second icon is the Write icon, and by clicking that, it will automatically engage you to be able to use whatever writing tool you have that you'd like to use. By clicking on it a second time, it engages additional options that you can change and navigate. And I will take you through those steps right now. The first is your hard-tipped pen. And over here on the right, you can take and change color or broadness, thickness of the pen tip. Additionally, we have the paintbrush, which you can do the same things with. Adjust the thickness as well as the color. The highlighter tool, the Chinese brush, which will offer more of a calligraphy type theme, the laser pen, which as you click on it will draw onto your surface and will then continue to flash to draw attention to whatever it might be that you have highlighted before it then disappears. Next, the stamp pen, in which you can take any of these icons and proceed to draw around your screen with those. And lastly, the texture pen, where you can choose a texture and do the same. I've now made quite a mess of my panel, or my screen, with all of these writing tools. I am now going to take and figure out how I can do an erasure of this stuff by clicking on the next icon, the eraser. Here I have a pointed eraser where I can take and I can erase just as I'm going along. I can also click again where I can take and do a select erase if I wanted to erase a certain section. Or I can slide to clear the page entirely. I'm going to stay back here with my hard-tipped pen as my writing tool, and I'm going to reselect my color to black, just in case I need it for that later on. Next, I can go to the picture icon. The picture icon, by selecting it and then selecting it again, allows me to add in things like shapes, including circles, ovals, parallelograms, triangles, trapezoids, a variety of lines, arrows, and other items. Also, again, where I can adjust the thickness and the color. The next icon is called the roaming icon, or we like to call the Michael Jackson hand. If I were to take my writing tool and I were to write something over here that I needed, and then I wanted to take my roaming hand, I can now take and grab and it will move the screen. Right there it looks like it just moved the object, but if I had something over here as well and go back to my roaming tool, when I grab, I can actually take and move the entire screen so that all of my objects move together. This is great if I decide I wanted to take and move something over to continue writing, or if I wanted to grab all of my fingers and pull in or stretch out to make that larger or smaller in size. It will keep the perspective. The text, I can now add in a text box. I can adjust my fonts, my font color, my background color, etc., just like I would in Google or Word or PowerPoint or slides. And then finally, my undo and redo buttons. These have been a review of the items found on the bottom center of the annotation toolbar.